This is Tim Effect with another video. I got Trevor here. I just met him. I'm over here in Fish Hawk, Tampa, Florida, putting in some work, and I ran across Trevor. He came here with his little equipment, and I was just talking to him, as you can see, and I just started talking to him. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Trevor Derry. I'm 22, born and raised in Lithia, Florida. I'm a second lieutenant in the Army infantry. Ship out in about a week, and I'm just at the park getting in my second workout of the day, and I came across Tim. Pretty inspiring to see his physique and his mentality when it comes to fitness, and so me and him have been chatting a little bit, and it's cool to see his perspective when it comes to health and fitness.
Okay, Trevor, tell me what you're doing out here today, man. I see this piece of equipment that you got. Just tell me a little bit about it.
Okay, yeah, so I'm doing some overcoming isometrics, and that's when you're pushing against something that's immovable. And I'm also doing some impulses, so some catch and release work. And it's something a little bit different, but I broke my shoulder 5 weeks ago, so I'm doing what I can to rehab it and training it through various stimuli and different ranges of motion, different intensities to try to get it back 100%.
Tell me a bit of your background about your education as far as calisthenics and just being in the fitness industry in general.
So I've been a personal trainer since 2019. I got my Bachelor's of Science in Exercise Science from the University of South Florida. But I background in powerlifting, running, calisthenics, just like the basics, push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups. I had a background in sports in high school. I played football, wrestling, baseball. But I'd say like the biggest when it came to my education is getting coached from really smart individuals. And learning from them. I feel like my knowledge when it comes to fitness is more than the average person, but there's always someone out there who knows a lot more than you. So my philosophy is try to find those individuals that you aspire to be that have a lot more knowledge when it comes to the topic that you're trying to acquire more information about, and learn from them, like getting a mentor.
How old are you, by the way, Trevor?
22.
22 years old. And you plan on making a career in the military, or just going in for 4 years and calling it quits?
So I plan on staying in for 7. I took an additional service time to get the job that I wanted in the infantry. I don't know. I definitely I have some goals. I definitely want to go into the 75th Ranger Regiment and then try my hand in the Q course to go Special Forces. But we'll see where it takes me from there. I know my big life goal is to save all the money I make from the military and then open a big warehouse gym. And Tim's definitely got a free membership whenever that happens.
Hey, I truly appreciate that, Trevor. And like I say, I also noticed your little notepad down here. And, I was asking you a little bit earlier that, you write down everything. And are you accomplishing your goals that you set for yourself?
I definitely am accomplishing the goals. It's always good to refer back to what you've been doing in the past so you can progress on the lifts that you're doing and the exercises. But I think the biggest thing for me is also looking back. I have a couple of notebooks full of all the exercises that I've been doing for a long time too. So being able to refer back and see like where I've been at in the beginning of my journey to where I'm at now, it's really, it's something cool to refer back to. And also, like I said, how far I've progressed. So a lot of the times you can fall a little bit stagnant and you can be a little bit unhappy of where you're at and where your progress is at. But when you always refer back to where you've been at in the past, it's a motivator to keep going.
Okay. Also, you was telling me about you had that shoulder injury.
Yeah, that's right.
You were showing me a little bit earlier where you started from and where you're at now. Yeah. So just give me a little brief rundown on that.
Yeah, so I broke the greater tuberosity in my shoulder, so that's the humerus, the upper part of it. When it happened, I couldn't even move right here. So 5 weeks later, I've got my range of motion back. I'm doing pretty good. I'm about like 70-60% back. But no matter what happens, whenever you get an injury, there's always something you can do. So I first started out just repping out my fingers, right? Then I moved to the wrists. Then I just did some elbows. And this is no way too, just getting some movement back. And then what I could with my shoulder. The idea here is to accumulate a lot of volume, right, in the joints that are healthy and the range of motion that you had. And then over time, you start progressing. and then you can start adding a little bit more weight. So what I like to do is just look above and below the joint. So the shoulder is the highest joint here, so I look at the elbow, look at the wrist, and then look at the fingers. Start accumulating a lot of volume in there, and just train. I also train different speeds and different intensities. So like contracting and relaxing my muscles really fast in my shoulders to kind of get it acclimated to the stimulus that I'm going to face in my career has really been helpful, because you can't just train slow and controlled, right? You can if you're a bodybuilder, but if you're expected to do violent things in your career and violent movements, then you gotta train above that stimulus that you're going to face in order to adapt to it, and so you'll be strong and resilient.
Hey, Trevor, I just want to thank you, man, for
Yes,
this
sir.
interview. And like I say, God put people in your lives for a certain reason. A lot of
Yes,
times
sir.
we don't know why, and we never will find out. But it's been a pleasure talking to you
Thank
and
you.
interviewing you. And just tell my subscribers, prospective subscribers out there,
Okay.
to subscribe to Tim Effect and go from there, man.
Hey, go subscribe to Tim. You're not going to find another individual his age doing it like he's doing it. So if you need some inspiring content, man, go ahead and subscribe.
Hey, I just want to thank you. This Tim Effect, In Effect, and I'm all in it with Trevor.
Yes,
And we're
sir.
out. Thank you.